Playo.tv live broadcasting.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hoofddorp, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, for the bronze medal game at the 2018 WBSC Europe Super 6 tournament. This game featuring Team Great Britain and Team Kingdom of the Netherlands, who will battle it out on the field to decide who will be taking the bronze medals at this inaugural event. We are looking at the starting defensive lineup for the Dutch side. It's, according to the lineup card, it's Merckx to Wissing, Van Els playing first, Van der Zanden playing second, Anneveld third, Franke the shortstop, Lichtvoet in left field for Slice in center, and Bears in right field. The designated player is Eva Voortman. She'll be batting third, and we'll see in a couple of moments if she will be getting the start again. But no, it is Marjolein Merckx jogging into the pitcher's circle. So she's given the start in the bronze medal game by the Dutch coaching staff. Quick look at her numbers through the tournament. Marjolein Merckx, she's got an ERA of 0.00, so she hasn't allowed an earned run. In fact, she hasn't allowed a run over 5 1/3 of innings of work. She gave up 6 hits, struck out 6, opposing batting average of .261. She's made 3 appearances at the tournament, but this, I believe, will be her first start. The Dutch side still have Eva Voortman to turn to if necessary. Getting the start for the British side, according to the lineup card, is Hannah Edwards, but we'll see who actually will end up pitching. But it should be Edwards, as I can see that Stephanie Pierce is the designated player, so it's going to be Edwards. They still have Amy Hutchison or Carling Hare to go to if necessary. The umpires for this game, umpiring at home plate, Frank Lotje. At first, it's Sabrina Fabrizi, and Mr. Florian Lautenschlager will be the third base umpire for this bronze medal game of the 2018 WBSC Europe Super 6 tournament. The first 3 batters for Great Britain are Nerissa Myers, there she is, player number 14, Sydney Brown, and Lauren Evans. Nerissa Myers batting 7 for 13 for the tournament. She struck out once, stole 2 bases. She's played all the 5 games for her team at the tournament. She exited the first game early because of an injury. Now she takes one in the zone for a called strike 1. That was on Tuesday after she slid head first into third. She was taken out of the game, but then she made the start immediately after that, and she's been playing ever since. Now the 0-1 hit the other way. And the catch made in left field by Wies Lichtvet. Well hit by Nerissa Myers. She sent the ball the other way. A liner / fly ball caught by Lichtvet for the out. Next up, it's Sydney Brown, who's batting 4 for 17 with a double. Struck out 5 times and on-base percentage of .316. And she's ready to see the first pitch from Merckx, and that was a rise ball that missed the zone. 1-0. Sydney Brown again getting the start at short. And that pitch missed the zone. 2-0. Good count now on Sydney Brown, the left-handed batter for Great Britain. And the 2-0 from Merckx. The drop ball missed downstairs. 3-0 now. Looking at the results for Great Britain through the tournament. Their first game, they beat Greece by a score of 7-3. Then on Wednesday, they lost to Italy 6-0. On Thursday, they lost to the Czech Republic by a score of 2-0 as Sydney Brown draws the walk with 1 away, and that will bring up the number 3 batter. That is player number 10, the first baseman, Lauren Evans, batting 5 for 16 for the tournament. On Thursday in the evening game, Great Britain lost to the Netherlands by a score of 8-3, and they went on to defeat Russia yesterday at 1 o'clock by a score of 3-5. Now that's hit on the ground, and they're going to go for second with the throw, but that gets away, and it's bobbled in the outfield. But Sydney Brown will be held up at third, so a grounder to the third basewoman, that is Virginia Annefeld, with the throw to Cindy van den Zanden. But that ball got away, so the runners are now in the corners with 1 down. Next up, number 55, Amy Hutchison. So a fielding error, you can see a bat throw from Annefeld, and the ball is bobbled a little in the outfield, but the runners stay put. So they're now in the corners for Amy Hutchison, who's batting 3 for 14 with a double and a triple. She's a home run shy of completing the cycle here at the tournament. And she's ready to face Merckx. And the pitch. And that will get the call outside. 0-1. Now, Marjolaine Merckx with the 0-1 delivery. And that's hit foul and out of play into the food court area, where you can buy some Dutch fries, some smoked barbecue and whatnot. So the count on Hutchison now 0-2. And Merckx with the pitch. They go up and away, 1-2. And Marjolaine Merckx will get ready for the 1-2 delivery. She gets the sign from her catcher. And the pitch. That one missed inside. So the count now even at 2. So Merckx with the 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Good curve going away from the batter. Swung on and missed. Next up, number 64, Hannah Edwards, the starting pitcher. Batting 2 for 9 with a double. And that's hit up the middle. That's an RBI single with 2 away for Hannah Edwards. Good piece of hitting there. Good job by Edwards putting the barrel of the bat on the ball, as we're going to see here. They left it hanging over the plate, and you can see that ball behaving almost like a knuckleball as she hit it pretty straight. It was floating in the air almost. Next up, that is Emily Blowers. She's batting 3 for 14 for the tournament. She went hitless over the first 3 days of play. And then she had a good game against Russia yesterday, a game that helped her team clinch a spot in this bronze medal game. First pitch to her, a ball. 1-0, Merckx with the delivery. An off-speed pitch going outside. Two 2-0 the count. Two runners on. And that one missed low and inside. 3-0 now. Now the 3-0 coming up next to Emily Blowers. And Merckx puts one in the zone for a strike. 3-1 the count now on Emily Blowers. Hitters count, and that one's fouled away. Blowers went 3 for 4 yesterday against Russia with 2 runs batted in after being hitless for the first 4 games of the tournament. Full count now on her. The runners will be taking off as there are 2 away. And that one missed the zone. That will load the bases for Chloe Wigington, the third basewoman. The game against Team Russia, or between Team Russia and GB yesterday that I keep referring to. That was an exciting game to watch, and it went into extra innings. Julia Maslova pitched more than 160 pitches to pick up the loss. So bases loaded, 2 down. Chloe Wigington batting next. She's going 0 for 11, and she hits the first pitch away. 0-1. So what better time for Chloe Wigington to get her first hit at the tournament than now? Clutch situation with 2 away and the bases loaded here in the top of the first inning after GB already scored their first run of the game. And this is Marjolein Merckx, the starting pitcher for the Netherlands. And that off-speed pitch missing the zone inside. 1-1. And Wigington ready to see the 1-1 offering from Marjolein Merckx. And that one gets a piece of the zone inside. Good spot there by Marjolein Merckx. So now the 1-2 delivery. And that's hit on the ground to the pitcher, and it gets away. But Merckx picks it up and makes the underhand toss to first to get the out and prevent any more runs from getting across. So in the top of first, Great Britain got one runner across on one hit and one error. They left 3 runners on base as we're looking at the starting defensive lineup for Team Great Britain. It's Edwards to Blowers, Evans playing first, Myers second, Wigington third, Brown at short, Peterson in left field, Thompson in center, and Hutchison in right field. Stephanie Pierce in the lineup as the designated player. She caught the first 4 games for Team GB at the tournament, but she was given the game off yesterday until she was called upon as a pinch runner. I think that was in the tiebreaker. They put her on second. Now she'll be batting instead of Laura Thompson, who will be playing center field. And this is the bat throw. And now the hit. Great piece of hitting there by Hannah Edwards, who is the starting pitcher for the British side. And this is the last situation. A good backhand toss to first by Marjolaine Merckx. Hannah Edwards puts her face guard on as we're looking into the stands. There's my colleague Slavomir Novotny. He's getting this game off, and he'll be back to call the gold medal game scheduled to start at 6 o'clock. Leading things off for the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Chantal Versluys. Number 23, the center fielder, batting 4 for 13. And now she hits one at Edwards. It hits her on the shin as the ball ends up at short. So that's an infield hit for Versluys. Next up, Jessie Van Aalst, who's batting 7 for 12 with a double and 2 triples. There she is, playing first base. So Maxine van Dalen unable to play here after she got hit on the helmet. Now the runner's taking off, and she stole second. So the bunt was shown, pulled back as the pitch was high. 1-0 on Jessie Van Aalst, who now has the game-tying run in scoring position on at second base. And that's hit to second. Nerissa Myers picks it up and makes the throw to Evans for out number 1 as Chantal Versluys moves up to third. Batting next, number 19, Eva Wortman. She's batting 3 for 7. She has scored 3 runs. She's got an RBI. Struck out once. The left-handed batter and the southpaw pitcher, and she takes one in the zone for a called strike 1. Now Edwards ready with the 0-1 to Wortman, who shows bunt but makes no attempt at making contact with the ball. One and one, the count now, and Hannah Edwards ready with the pitch. That one missed low and outside. And now the 2-1, missing outside. 3-1 the count on Wortman. So hitters count now for Eva Wortman. And that pitch missed outside, so a walk given up to the designated player, Wortman. And that will bring up Virginia Anneveld, the third basewoman, with an error already in the game. So a chance for her to make up for that. Player number 17 batting 6 for 8 with a triple and a home run. 7 runs batted in. She has also walked 4 times for an on-base percentage of .833. Incredible stats on the Dutch slugger, batting right-handed, facing Hannah Edwards. And a late swing as the runner takes second, and Emily Blowers once again with the pickoff throw to third in this situation. So 2 runners in scoring positions here for Virginia Anneveld, batting 750 for the tournament. And a good off-speed pitch sitting on the outside corner, and it gets the call for strike 2. So the count on Anneveld now 0-2. And Hannah Edwards is ready with the pitch. They go outside with the drop ball, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, 2 runners in scoring positions. And Edwards with the pitch. Rise ball missed upstairs, 2-2 now. Two balls and 2 strikes, 1 away. And Edwards with the 2-2 offering. Missing inside. 3-2 now on Virginia Anneveld. And Hannah Edwards ready with the payoff pitch with 1 away, 2 runners on, both in scoring positions. And that one's hit foul. So the count still 3-2. And Hannah Edwards hailing from Catasauqua, Pennsylvania, with another payoff, and that's hit up in the air into right field, and the catch is made in foul territory, but that will score the runner from third. So the game tied at 1 now. It was Amy Hutchison with the catch in right field. Eva Vortman now the runner on at third. And the batter number 21, Brenda Bears, the right fielder. And Hannah Edwards with the pitch, and that's hit up in the air into foul territory, left field, and then good attempt at a sliding catch by Aubrey Peterson, but that ball was just well out of her reach. Still a good hustle and a good slide to try and get it for out number 3. So 0-1 the count on Brenda Bears as we're looking at Aubrey Peterson, the left fielder. And the batter calls time. And that off-speed pitch missed the zone. 1-1 the count with 2 away. This is the bottom of the first inning of the bronze medal game at the Super 6 tournament. And Edwards with the 1-1 delivery, and that's hit into center field for a 2-out RBI single. So the Kingdom of the Netherlands strike back in the bottom of first, taking the lead after A 2-out RBI single by Brenda Bears. There's her making contact. Sharp grounder to Laura Thompson, who's playing in center field. And that will bring up number 20, the left fielder, Reese Lichtfoot, another left-handed batter, batting 3 for 7 for the tournament. Sorry, that was Brenda Bears. Reese is batting 6 for 10 with 1 run batted in. She's been hit by pitch twice. And now Edwards with the pitch, and that's fouled on the ground, and it hits the batter as she is still standing in the batter's box. In the background, I believe that is Norman Ames, who coaches the women's team here in Holland. Now the 0-1. Nice off-speed curve going towards the batter and missed the zone inside. 1-1. In the right-hand part of the screen, you can see Mr. Gabriel Wage in conversation with Michael Schmidt. Now the 1-1 pitch, the runner taking off, and the throw in time. So Brenda Bears caught stealing as that throw coming in from the catcher was caught directly on the runner, so they immediately tagged. So after 1 complete, the Netherlands 2, Great Britain 1. We'll be back with more after this. Welcome back to Hoofddorp for the second inning of the bronze medal game. With me in the commentator's booth is Mr. Michael Schmidt, Executive Director of WBSC. Hello, Michael. How are you?
Good. I'm very well, and good afternoon, everybody.
All right. Did you just get in today?
Well, I arrived last evening. I brought nice weather.
All right. So that was you. I thought who was that? We'll have Michael here to talk about what's going on at the WBSC, about the global picture of baseball and softball. The first batter off the top of the second inning is Stephanie Pierce, and she's ready to see the first pitch, and she sends a sharp liner to right field for a base hit. Good piece of hitting there. So, Michael, have you had any chance to see any of the ball games here?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it even before a little bit on your TV station. So
All right.
I saw a lot of good games in baseball and softball here in Holland. Exactly beside the weather. At the moment, everything looks very fine here. Very well organization, great games, especially in softball. There were some real thrilling games, very close games, very exciting.
Now batting is number 21, Aubrey Peterson, the left fielder. Stephanie Pierce, the runner on it first. And yeah, you were right. There was a couple of pretty exciting games, especially Holland against Italy that went 8 innings, a walk-off win for the Italians. And thanks to that win, they will be playing the gold medal game after this one.
Yeah, exciting is also a little bit surprising, of course, that the Dutch team is not in the finals. But that shows also that the other teams in Europe are growing and developing very well. The Czech team is doing surprisingly good, to be honest.
Now a bunt to pitcher. Merckx picks it up and the throw to first in time. So a sac bunt by Aubrey Peterson moves Stephanie Pierce over to scoring position on at second. And yeah, you were right. That only shows how the top teams in Europe have been improving and that anybody can beat anybody at this moment, it seems.
You saw it also at the last World Championship we had in Chiba in Japan this summer. That Italy and the Netherlands, they were finishing both in the top 8 with great success. Chibi did as well a great job. So that shows really that Europe is growing and improving very quick and strongly.
Definitely, we hope that it will stay like that and that WBSC will continue to grow the game. So tell us, Michael, about your job at the WBSC. You're executive director, so what exactly does that involve? It's got to be a lot of work.
Well, that's a good question. It definitely is a lot of work. Yeah, that's right. Well, together with my staff, we organize the whole life of World Baseball Softball. That means we are organizing, like this year we had 5 World Cups to organize. Next year it will be including the Olympic qualifiers and everything. 10. So
Wow.
that's one of the parts, but then we do also a lot of other things. Taking care about our coming back to the Olympics in Tokyo 2020, discussing with the organizers there the best format for our sports, and of course working already for Paris 24 for the next Olympics.
How is it looking with Paris 2024?
Well, we think we are in a good shape to convince the organizers there that it's worth to have our sports involved in Paris. I think it's an important step for us, especially in Europe, to grow baseball softball stronger. It's a challenge, Europe, you know that, but we're very convinced that we're on the right way.
Now Brown with a grounder to the pitcher. Good fielding by Merckx with the throw to third. So 2 away now. 2 runners on after Narissa Myers had been walked intentionally. Batting next will be Lauren Evans, the first basewoman. So the WBSC was founded in 2013, right, when the ISF and the governing body for international baseball were merged together. What was the idea behind that?
Well, I think the initial idea was some years before that coming back to the Olympics after Beijing, both baseball and softball were out of the Olympics. It didn't look pretty well for both sports individual to come back in the Olympic Games. So the leadership for both baseball and softball at that time had the idea, well, we're quite a similar sport, at least there are some similarities, so let's do something together. The IOC also recommended something like that, to do a merging. And well, it started mainly for that idea, but at the end, I think the people in charge found out, well, there's much more than just going for the Olympics. There's really a good common sense between the two sports.
Yeah, definitely. Together we're stronger. I mean, there's always been a bit of a rivalry between baseball and softball, but I think it's a better idea to work together to develop the sport, and I think WBSC has been doing exactly that. So you mentioned a lot of international events for next year. So what's in store for softball and baseball?
Well, next year we have in softball the men's World Cup in Prague, Europe, in Czech Republic. So we're very excited about that. I think it's the first time that we have this event in Europe. So we're really looking forward to that, knowing that Czech Federation is a great organizer. So we're happy to be in Prague. Then we have the under 19 or under 18, sorry, women's softball World Championship in California. We have an under 12 baseball World Cup in Taiwan, and the under 18 baseball World Cup in Korea.
The batter now is number 55, Amy Hutchison, after Evans was hit by pitch. 2 away. Great Britain have 2 runners on. Or 3 runners on, actually, I failed to notice. So bases loaded now for Amy Hutchison, who struck out her first time up in the game. So yeah, you mentioned the men's Worlds in Prague. That's definitely a huge thing after The women's Worlds were held in Holland in 2014 for the first time. That's another big step for European softball and baseball, that's for sure.
Well, additionally, we will have also the second edition of the Premier 12, our professional tournament next year. Will be played at the end in 4 countries with the round robins and the finals. And beside that, we have also, I should not forget, we have a total of 4 Olympic qualifiers next year.
That's quite a lot. So how many teams are going to be competing in the Olympics, softball and baseball-wise? Has that been decided yet?
Yeah, for Tokyo it is clear that we have 6 softball and 6 baseball teams. That's the numbers what were at the end agreed between the IOC, the organizing committee, and ourselves.
So it will definitely be Japan as the host country already have a place guaranteed, right? Now the US after they won the Women's Worlds. And then what's the qualifying system? There's going to be a couple of qualifiers all around the world?
Well, we will have next year for softball, there will be the Americas qualifier, which will qualify another 2 teams. We have Asia Oceania qualifier for 1 spot and the Europe Africa for 1 spot. In baseball, we have also the Europe Africa for 1 spot. In the Premier 12, the best American, the best Americas, and the best Asian team will qualify for the Olympics. After that is an American qualifier still, and the last qualifier.
All right, so a lot of
2020 in around end of March, we should know who the 12 teams playing.
All right, so a lot of qualifiers going on for the Olympics as Great Britain have tied the game now after Hutchison was hit by pitch with the bases loaded. So a hit by pitch RBI for Amy Hutchison. Has it already been decided where the Olympic qualifiers for women's softball will be held in Europe next year, or is that still under negotiations?
It's not under negotiations, it's more under investigations. The board of the WBC will make this decision quite soon, but after the bids we received, we had some questions and we need to finalize the bids and we will make the decisions soon.
A pitching change now for the Dutch side. Coming in relief of Merckx is Lisa Hopp, and you will have noticed that it's started raining a bit. Hopefully it will not get worse than this. I'm here in the commentator's booth joined by Michael Schmidt from Austria, the executive director of WBSC, and we're talking about the past, present, and future of baseball and softball, presided over by this organization, the World Baseball Softball Congress. So what would you say is the key for developing our sports in the future other than being part of the Olympics?
Well, there's, of course, the Olympics is a very important part of it. It's the pinnacle of sport, in every sport, so it's obvious that we want to be there. But beside that, I think, and we started doing things, we need to modernize a little bit our game. We have to be always on the last steps. So we invented also some new sports, like we have now the baseball 5. That's a tool. We need to make some new ways to be really more modern, bringing the kids to our sport, having also the opportunity with the baseball 5, for example, to have a game that is way shorter than a regular baseball game, for example. So yeah, just being open and flexible for the future.
Yeah, that sounds very reasonable. Baseball 5, a very interesting idea. Now the batter is Hannah Edwards, who's the first one to face Lisa Hopp, as it's still raining here in Hoofddorp. So you're with WBSC, and then there's the individual regional confederations. How many are there?
Well,
There's Europe.
We have in Europe 2.
And now an interesting play at home plate after a passed ball. The catcher picked it up and went to tag the runner who was trying to score, but the ball got away from her, so the call is bound to be safe. So Great Britain take the lead. As we're taking another look at that, it went back again, and the tag was there, and then the collision and now she drops the ball. So this will be a tough call for Frank Lautier, but I think he's already made it, and it's probably it's going to be safe. So back to what we were talking about. So there's Europe, Americas.
Well, we have on all continents the regional confederations. We have in every continent beside Africa two. That means one for baseball, one for softball. In Africa is the only one that is combined. But even now you see in Europe we have WBC Europe now, so that the merger is coming not only on the world level but also on the continental level. Oceania is preparing to do the same thing.
What is WBSC doing to develop the sport around the world?
Well, as I said, besides that, we try to stay in the Olympics is one thing. We do new things like baseball 5 hours or having programs like mini baseball, mini softball. Things we are working closely with the Continental Confederation, but also with our member federations, of course, to see what is the biggest needs. And it's very difficult, of course. We have 200 members in total, almost. So every member has a little bit of a different need. So you don't have this one solution that fits for all.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I read that there's 206 national federations and associate members in 135 countries. So that's a huge organization to run. It says on your website that you represent 65 million athletes all around the world and about 150 million fans. So that is a big sport.
Well, it is a big sport, and I think the numbers are a little bit old because I think we have some new numbers that recently came out. We talk about 500 million fans in the world.
Okay.
And the athletes together, so that's really a big number.
That definitely is. We'll be going to the bottom of second with Great Britain leading it by a score of 3-2. It's still Hannah Edwards in the pitcher's circle. So what's next on your schedule?
Well, first of all, tomorrow morning I fly back to our headquarters in Lausanne. Well, we have still a lot of things going on. We have another World Cup coming this year, the Under-23 Baseball World Cup in Colombia.
That is right.
So that's for the last tournament what we organized this year, but planning another site inspection in Tokyo coming. We have some executive meetings still going on, so we will be still quite busy and not bored until the end of the year.
I can imagine. I'm guessing venues should not be a problem in Tokyo. I mean, that's a country well known for baseball and softball.
Well, yes.
Or it's easier said than done.
Yes, I mean, it's not difficult to find the right venues in Japan, definitely not. But well, there are a lot of requirements related to the Olympic Games, which is very different to World Cup standards, etc. So there's still a lot of work to do and adjust the right needs.
So leading things off for the Dutch side in the bottom of second is their left fielder, Wies Lichtvoet. So tell me, Michael, how long have you been personally involved with softball?
Softball? Well, that's a good question. That's now I need to count, and my fingers will not help me with that anymore. So it's about 20 years, I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you start as a player or coach, referee?
Well, no, I was a quite limited, talented baseball player, even back home in Austria. So I decided quite quick that well, I will not have a big future on the field. After that, I tried a little bit coaching, but also there I said, well, I'm okay until the level of maybe an assistant coach, but not more.
Mm-hmm.
But I found myself in sport administration, and maybe that's where I'm best.
Oh, yeah, it's
That's what I'm
good to find a position suitable for your talents. Gaba told me that you used to manage the Durban Sharks.
Yeah.
And you brought them to European Cup title, is that right?
Yeah.
The first non-Italian or non-Dutch team to win that?
Exactly. In 2009, we made it happen in Italy, in Lignano.
All right.
It was a very exciting time. And, well, in that period, within 3 years, we made a silver, bronze, and a gold medal in the European Champions League. So that was
Congrats on that. Good development program for Austrian softball. So Lichtfeld singled to third base. That was a bunt. The batter now is 47. That's Laura Wissing as Lichtfeld stole second. So the Dutch side now have the game-tying run in scoring position on at second. The count on Wissing, who's batting .714 for the tournament, is 1-1. And Hannah Edwards ready with the pitch. That's popped up. And the catcher couldn't see it, but now it fell right next to us. Right next to Mike Jennings, the local, or the TC for the tournament. He didn't even flinch. So the count now 1-2 on the Dutch catcher. So what's the plan for 2024? Would France be given a spot at the Olympics?
Well, that's clear that the host country, especially in team sports, they always have a spot. So in baseball and softball, the French team would be there. I'm also pretty sure that by then the French team will be also very strong in both baseball and softball. French Federation is working very hard on that already.
Now pop up to second, caught by Nerissa Myers. I think the first step in preparation for that was it this year that there was an American women's team touring Europe, and the last stop on their tour was France, I believe, right?
We brought this year the Ludwig Rosé team, which later the season won also the National Pro Fast Pitch League in the US. They traveled Europe, they played in games in Italy, in Prague, and in Holland. And then the last stop was at the French Academy in South France, and working with the French Academy players.
Are you planning to do anything similar in the upcoming seasons?
We are definitely working on that, and then we need to see what we do. On the other side, also the French softball team has an agreement with the Japanese Softball Association, and they brought them into Japan, and they practiced and played for 1 week with the professionals of the Japanese league. So that was also quite successful and very helpful for the French team.
Yeah, there's definitely one way of developing the sports, having the more developed nations help the others. Is there any committee that deals with development on the global level?
Well, yeah, we have our development commission. They're working on that. While we have also our coach commission that works out new programs for coaches and ideas on how to improve all levels. We have the same thing, of course, for the umpires and technical commissioners, etc. To bring not only the athletes and the coaches to the next level, but also bring our team and game officials on the high standard we expect from everybody.
Definitely. I mean, there's always room for improvement. The batter now is Cindy van den Zanden, the second basewoman, with one away. The Dutch have their leadoff runner on at second base. Yeah, you mentioned coaching clinics and developments. We've been running an ad for a coaching camp that's run, I believe, by Softball Europe. So that's definitely one way of helping countries develop. I think I found an article mentioning that you went to Lithuania this year to have a look at their baseball and softball program. What did you see?
Well, I was a little bit surprised on the situation Lithuania faces in regards to the venues. In Lithuania, especially in baseball, is doing quite well, and then seeing under which circumstances they have to do it, that was a little bit surprising.
Yeah, I can imagine they already got a player on an MLB team with the Pirates. Actually, his dad he's the coach of most of the national teams in Lithuania. Usually wears his green Pirates cap instead of the green Lithuanian cap, and he actually pitched a couple of innings against the Czech Republic at the men's Euros in June. So he's a big softball enthusiast, and yeah, I remember from what I was told by older players in the Czech Republic that venues were an issue earlier on, but that's 20, 30 years ago. So I guess that's where Lithuania is at the moment.
Is at the moment, but the good thing is we had with the federation some meetings with the officials from the city, from various cities, National Olympic Committees, ministry, whatever, and it seems now that there is a space found for them to build a facility, and we're very trustful that everything will go in the right direction in Lithuania, and they will have finally a real baseball softball complex.
That would be nice. That would definitely help their development. What other countries in Europe, all around the world, are you focusing on at the moment?
Well, we did in one region we definitely focus on is in the moment Africa, to grow the whole continent. We had our African summit. We were meeting with all the federations there together to really sit with them, listen to the problems they have. And even in Africa, you will see that you have 20 federations and all have a different issue, so even that is not that easy. We're working now to find the best way to develop a very big continent, which Africa is, so it's not so easy with also with the infrastructures there. So that's definitely one of our targets. We have Oceania as a target, which has other issues like traveling from the islands is also not that easy, so that we need to find also some good solutions to do something there. And of course Europe is always a big and important continent for us.
That is right. I mean, as regards women's fast pitch, has been growing. I think it was more than 20 teams at the European Championship, as that ball is grounded to third and dropped by the third basewoman, and the runner will advance. And she's held up, so runners in the corners now. So yeah, women have more than 20 teams. There's a lot of teams on junior women's tournaments as well. Men's fast pitch has been lagging behind a bit, but also the numbers have been growing.
Well, and we saw in the junior men fast pitch World Cup we played earlier this year in Prince Albert in Canada, that some surprising results. Thinking about the team India, they did really a hell of a job, and
Oh yeah.
they really beat some of the bigger and stronger softball countries.
Oh yeah.
Really surprisingly and very interesting to see.
Yeah, that could be a good country for softball or baseball. I mean, cricket is the national sport there, but that involves a ball and a bat, so some of the skills might be transferable.
To understand the principle of the game.
That's for sure. Yeah, you mentioned the junior men's worlds. Team India, they had a terrific player on their team. He hit the ball well and he pitched most of the games.
It's unbelievable this guy. Yeah?
So batting now is number 7, the shortstop, Onesha Franca. Runners in the corners. And that ball is fouled away. 1 out. The Netherlands are down by 1 run here in the bottom of the second inning. So tell me, Michael, what is WBSC doing to promote the sport internationally in terms of media and marketing?
Well, there are different approaches what we have. We think that we're far away from being ideal, but we did quite a good job in the past years on social media. So we were even in 2015, I think, the fastest growing social media platform in sports. So it was quite successful. Of course, we're using nowadays all the modern institutions and techniques you can use. Like we're working to have our own OTT platform, for example, but also working, doesn't matter with YouTube or Facebook or whomever, tweets.
Yeah, definitely. Even these live broadcasts are part of that, bringing the sport to anybody all around the world, usually or most of the time for free, which I think is part of the philosophy. Now that rise ball from Edwards missed the zone. The count 2-2. Runners are still in the corners. It's Cindy van der Zanden on at first and Wies Lichtvet on at third. And now the 2-2 pitch coming up next from Hannah Edwards. And that's hit the other way, foul. Good job making contact on that off-speed pitch by Onesha Franca. And yeah, you were right. The online presence of both baseball and softball has been getting a lot better now. The streams, Baseball 5. Is there one person who came up with the idea of Baseball 5, or is it more of a group effort?
Well, it's not. I would not call us the ones who invented Baseball 5. You can go around the world and look wherever you want. Even in Europe, coaches needed to find solutions, especially winter time with limited space, to do something.
That's right.
And what we did is we just put all these initiatives together, made the rules for it, trademarked the whole story, and now try to grow it. So that's mainly what we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that we invented the sport itself.
So yeah, you did your research and then put the pieces together, and yeah, Baseball 5 has had a pretty good run this year. It's been presented in the Czech Republic, in Italy, in France. I think any member of Softball Europe can, or even the Baseball Federation can get the gear necessary, which essentially is just the balls, right?
That's the good part about it, is you need one rubber ball. That's all you need, so that makes it also really accessible for everybody. You don't need a lot of space. What is also interesting is also, compared to other similar sports, is it's really very gender equipped, because there's not too much difference in the physics.
Yeah, that's a co-ed sport, right? It's usually supposed to be played both by guys and girls. So
really with no advantage for any gender. So that makes it really a real co-ed sport.
yeah, I've heard it mentioned that it might be part of a new event by the Olympic movement, so-called urban games. Is that true, that this game should be represented there?
Well, yeah, it's not directly the Olympic Committee, but it is the GAIF, that's the organization of all the sport federations and sport organizations in the world. They are planning to install either in 2019, latest in 2021, the urban games.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we want to have Baseball 5 definitely there, and it looks quite well that we can be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. You even brought a team from Cuba to promote the sport, right?
Well, that's in Cuba they play Baseball 5, or they call it their Cuatro Esquinas, but it's very similar. And they're very well experienced in that already, and then in the moment they are really our ambassadors for the game, because if they travel around and they show it, of course that's a little bit of a different level still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a couple of videos with those guys, and some of the skills that they had were incredible, and they did a good job teaching everybody who was interested in the game. And now that one's hit up in the air and out of play, out of the reach of either the shortstop or the left fielder. Count now full on Chantal Verslice, who's 1 for 1 for the game. She scored a run and stole a base. Now 2 away, runners in the corner, so Cindy van den Zanden, the runner from first, will be taking off on the pitch. And that one's driven out of the park again. So the count's still 3-2. I'm here joined by Michael Schmidt. We've been talking about the past, present, and future of baseball and softball. Are you planning to try and promote women's baseball in Europe? Because I don't think it's had much of a tradition here.
No, it doesn't. Well, we try and promote all our disciplines. That includes men's softball, women's baseball, men's baseball, women's softball, baseball 5 and slow pitch co-ed.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot of disciplines.
Well, we just had our baseball female World Cup in Vieira, Florida recently, and we see a big growth also in this discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely makes sense also to promote it a little bit more in Europe maybe. but that depends mainly also, of course, if the European Federation, our members in the confederations are happy and able and willing to move on with it.
Because it must be quite hard to balance all the disciplines because there is always a bit of an overlap between them.
Yes, there is an overlap, of course, but you see it in our World Cups. We have some players that play
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
And welcome back to Hoofddorp, ladies and gentlemen. We've been experiencing some minor technical difficulties, but we are back online. I've been talking to Michael Schmidt. I think we've discussed pretty much everything about what WBSC has to offer, so thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for having me here, and good luck with the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Have a good flight home and enjoy the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And we're in the top of the third inning. The batter is Emily Blowers. She fouls that one away. She's going 0 for 0 in this game with a walk. Great Britain still leading by 1 run. Lisa Hopp with the pitch. She put a lot of spin on that one, a good off-speed pitch. It missed the zone upstairs. The count on her 3-2. You've got Chloe Wigington in the on-deck circle. And Stephanie Pierce in the hole. And now a sharp hit into the 5-6 hole for a base hit. Good job by Emily Blowers. We worked the count to 3-2 and then sent one into the gap between the third basewoman and the shortstop for a base hit. So after being hitless for 3 days, Emily Blowers has been on fire. She went 3 for 4 yesterday against Russia. Now 1 for 1. This is Stephanie Pierce. She already has a hit in the game. The next batter will be Chloe Wigington, but not before there's been a pitching change for the Dutch side. So it's Eva Wortman coming in. So that's it for Lisa Hopp. who pitched 1/3 of an inning. Before her, it was Marjolaine Merckx with 1 inning and 2/3. She allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 2 hits, walked 3, struck out 1. 2 hit by pitch situations for her. And in a couple of moments, I will be joined here in the commentators booth by the president of Softball Europe, Mr. Gabriel Lage, who will tell us a little something about this event and other projects to be organized by WBSC Europe. This is Eva Wortmann taking her warm-up pitches. She took the loss against the Czechs this morning. She threw 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 1 run unearned, walked 2, struck out 8. She faced 30 batters and threw 112 pitches, but I'm sure she still has a lot left in the tank on the last day of play here at the Super 6 tournament. Facing her first will be Chloe Wigington. And the bunt up in the air, and that will be caught by Van Alst for the out. So 1 away now. Next up, Stephanie Pierce. Stephanie Pierce 1 for 1 in the game, as Eva Wortmann's ready for the next pitch, and that one's fouled away. And I am joined here by Mr. Gabriel Lage, the president of Softball Europe. Hello, Gabba, how are you?
Good, thank you. Good afternoon for everybody.
So, what do you think of the tournament so far?
It's pretty good. We have the 6 top teams in Europe. Most of the games are very competitive. So that's most of them finished by one run. That's very good for the spectators. It's not only the softball tournament, but it's great that we have also the baseball one, that the ladies can come to watch the baseball and baseball can come to watch the softball. That's exactly what we would like to have.
So this is the inaugural Super 6 tournament. Tell us a bit about how this idea came to be, who came up with it, and how long it took to actually put it into existence.
Well, we already thought about it a longer time, already since 2011, when we had the first meeting with our baseball guys. But we didn't have the exact format. We thought about it, and finally last year when Didier and me were elected as our presidents of both federations, we finally agreed about our flagship for future WBS Europe. And the flagship was top 6 European teams. We would like to show the best performance of European teams what we can, and that's it. So that's basically how it born, this idea.
Thanks for that story. So this is the inaugural event. What's the plan for this event? Every 2 years?
That's the really early question now, because we firstly put a really big effort to go through. For us, it was very important to firstly make it, and we will analyze whether it will be every 4 years or 2 years. Depends, of course, also on the world calendar, because we have also the World Cups. We are in some transition period because so many new World Cups are right now on. And also Olympic qualifiers, so that's we have to really set up the old world calendar. That's basically first what we have to do, and definitely we will continue on that.
All right, that sounds reasonable. You first need to evaluate this event after you've taken some rest after the event is over. We will be watching the gold medal game at 6 o'clock. The gold medal game for the baseball tournament is scheduled for tomorrow, and then I guess there'll be plenty of time to evaluate. What other projects does WBSC Europe have in store for the upcoming years?
So that's we definitely have to plan for the joint marketing promotion of both sports. So that's we will unite it to all efforts So we established already the platform Ballpark.tv, which is unified field for the all top baseball softball events in Europe. And that is the other field what we have. And third field, what we would like to do is, of course, the common administrations, because we have the Congress and stuff like that. So that's the common organization, common working, which will help the better transfer of information.
How long do you think this transition from two bodies, the CEB and ESF, into one, how long do you think this might take?
Well, we started this year. Like, we established WBS Europe in Congress in Paris. Currently, we are in the process to approve the status, the constitution. We have already almost approval by WBSC on that. So that's in the Congress it attends. We will approve the constitution. They approved the board, which will take under 2021, which is the final time for the existing of ESF and CEB, which we will recall to the Softball Europe and Baseball Europe. And since 2021 will be full range of this WBS Europe.
Is there any chance that the Olympic qualifiers for Europe or Europe and Africa for women's softball, of them being held at the same venue, similar to this Super 6 tournament?
Well, I think that this event shown to everybody that it's possible to make it, and it's very successful, because that is the power and efforts. But of course, decision is up to WBSC. We discussed with them. Now it's in the really final evaluation of all bids. And one of the bids is joined with from the Hoofddorp. Of course, that's up to WBC what final will be, because for softball perspective, we can be here on in Bolate.
Okay, no other venue would have enough.
No. I mean, that's what bids was done for this next year Europe Olympic qualifier.
All right. Yeah, I guess Hoofddorp is a pretty good place to hold it. I mean, logistically, close to the airport, a great venue.
So we have another campus which has a good facility for baseball and softball. We have one in the Prague. We have also in the LA, in the North LA. So we can do it. But of course, I would say that this venue, based on the Major League project in the baseball field, is really excellent.
Oh yeah,
and one of the best in Europe.
Definitely,
I would say the best of Europe.
I totally agree. 3 softball diamonds, 2 baseball diamonds. And now just a quick look back at the game in the top of the 3rd inning with 2 away. The batter is Myers, who was intentionally walked in her previous at-bat. Great Britain have 2 runners on. Peterson on at first and Blowers on at second, so another clutch moment. So we've mentioned this project organized by WBSC Europe. There was another project earlier this year, a couple of weeks ago actually, or 3 weeks ago, the men's fast pitch Team Europe. Who came up with that idea?
Well, we had in this idea already some years ago when the Black Sox intended to come to Europe. It was I think that 2 years ago for the men's Super Cup. Finally, we realized it now by the Intercontinental Cup, and it's excellent field to make the effort in the different countries together in one. It wasn't only about the game, but it was about a whole day spent together. About the players were proud to be part of that, and that's something which we are increasing the proud to be in our family. That's a really important thing. So baseball did some years ago with the baseball the Team Europe. They traveled to Japan. We played against the Black Sox as a current world champion, and we have in my mind also to make it for the female.
I was going to ask.
Yes, I expected that. Frankly, we are looking for the really good opportunity to make it. We already wanted to do as a promotion for the Olympic 2024, but we didn't set up the final time and final event. But definitely, it's already in our mind.
So it's a work in progress. The base is loaded now for Great Britain. The batter is Sydney Brown, 2 away, and Eva Wortman struggling a little bit finding the zone after she walked Peterson. So base is loaded, and another opportunity for Great Britain to score a couple of runs. Now that one missed down in the dirt. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Now let's talk about European club competitions. I mean, the Super Cup, apparently a very good idea, has been quite successful running since 2012. Have there been any talks of doing something similar in women's softball?
That is a good question, because I was behind the idea to make it for both, for female and male. So that's I did some research among the teams, and I asked the coaches, and I received two different answers. The male team, the men's team, they were so happy. They said, okay, that's a good challenge, because they would like to play the good ball.
Exactly.
They don't care so much about which team is going, but they would like to play good ball. So in the female, they are more or less still focused to the club structuring. They would like to do that, but they don't want to lose with the sports because of the team, overseas team. So that's why basically they did for the male like we did, and we opened just only the lower cups for the
Oh yeah, there's actually one extra cup now for women's softball. Sydney Brown goes down looking with the bases loaded, and will be going to the bottom of the 3rd inning with Great Britain leading the game by a score of 3-2. I'm joined here in the commentator's booth by President of Softball Europe, Mr. Gabriel Lage. So what's on your schedule for the rest of the weekend? Any important meetings coming up?
So we had pretty good meeting with our ESF Softball Europe board. I know that also baseball had the board meeting, and tomorrow morning we have the joint meeting to set up all steps, all legal steps and process and timeline until 2021, how we will make it. So that's we will announce all outcomes from here together with the DA quite soon.
Okay, so a lot to look forward to. So you're using the time to have a couple of meetings other than watching the ball games here. It's still Hannah Edwards in the pitcher circle for Great Britain. This is still a close game. The first 3 batters scheduled for the Dutch side: Jessie van Aalst, Eva Wortman, and Virginia Anneveld. And that's us on the screen, but we should focus on
I better look for the ladies, not the players.
Exactly. So leading things off, number 9, Jessie van Aalst. So for Softball Europe, I believe the first big success was bringing the Women's World Championship to Europe. Now you'll have the men's next year. So what's the next step for softball in Europe?
Good question. That's well, the World Cup, men's World Cup is coming for first time ever in Europe. So that's a really big challenge for us. I am so happy that we as a Europe did for both genders top even in Europe. That's very important to bring. I would say every single year top even to Europe to promote our sport in the high level, to show the public that where we are, how is the really top level, because that can bring the other people to our sport. So that's important for us. So that's next what we would like to do, to bring some other events, like we brought up Intercontinental Cup. So that's the basically what we would like to bring on the top level sport.
So are you thinking of bringing the junior men's or junior women's championship to Europe anytime soon?
Frankly, I'm already discussing with some potential candidates because that's some already asked me how is possible, what is happening there. So that's what is necessary to pay, what is the conditions, what is the necessary to have. So I think that we hosted already female, and now we open the door, or we will host the men. We will open the door for the other potential hosts. That's I believe that more top events will come to Europe. Of course, it's not easy to have it every single year. The World Cup, it's not possible to do that. But I think that quite soon we will see another World Cup in Europe.
So some good news coming in from the president of Softball Europe. Thank you for the info that you've shared with us, Gabba. Thanks for having you.
Thank you to be here, and good luck for the game, and look for the final. Come to final.
That's for sure. Okay, that's been Gabriel Vage of Softball Europe talking to me in the commentator's booth. And let's get back to the game now. With one away, the batter is Eva Wortman, who is now the pitcher. She started as a designated player, but she had to be called upon to pitch. One away after Van Alst flied out to center field. That was a very long shot. I think it was caught almost on the warning track by the center fielder, Laura Thompson, who did a pretty good job on making that running catch. Wortman 0 for 0 today. She walked, stole a base, and scored a run. And now she walks again, so 2 walks drawn by Eva Wortman. Next up, the third basewoman, Virginia Annevelt. Who's batting 750 for the tournament. She was batting 6 for 8 going into the game, and I think she walked. No, she hit a sac fly. That scored the run. That was the ball hit into foul territory in right field, which was caught by Hutchison, but that allowed the runner to score. And we are ready to resume play here after a short defensive conference, I believe it was. So 1 down. Eva Wortman is the runner on at first, and Hannah Edwards deals the first pitch of the at-bat. That's hit foul. So the count 0-1. There's Virginia Annevelt, the third baseman, player number 17. And that's driven down the left field line. Foul. Nice shot by Annevelt. But everything's gonna go back as the ball was hit foul. 1 away, 1 runner on. Great Britain are up by 1 run. So the game tying run for the Dutch side is now on at first base. That is Wortman. And Hannah Edwards ready with the pitch. And Wortman took a good lead on the pitch. I almost thought that she was gonna steal. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away. And Hannah Edwards ready with the 1-2 delivery. And Wortman stealing. And she's safe. Aggressive base running by the Dutch team. They've stolen, I think, at least 3 bases in the game. So now the game tying run is on at second, 2-2 the count, and Hannah Edwards with the pitch, and that's hit up in the air and onto the roof of the first base dugout. So another 2-2 pitch coming up next from Hannah Edwards. And a pop-up into shallow center field, or rather at second base. Good running catch by the second basewoman, Nerissa Myers. Next up, Brenda Beers, number 21. Batting point .429 for the tournament. Batting 1 for 1 with an RBI in this game. So actually that brought her batting average to 500. And I mentioned the stolen bases, and in total the Dutch side have stolen 4. Good aggressive base running by the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Now the 0-1 hit back at the pitcher, and backing up the play was Sydney Brown. There was no time for her to make the throw to first. Eva Wortman is held up at third. So runners in the corners now with 2 away, and we can expect Brenda Beers to steal second, and I think we can also expect Emily Blowers to go to third on the pickup throw, as she has a couple of times. And no steal, no throw, and the pitch a strike. 0-1 the count now. The game tying run on at third, and Edwards with the pitch, and still no attempt at stealing. 1-1. Dinette Osting is the batter in the on-deck circle, and Leadfoot, and now the runner's taking off, and now the ball hit on the ground, a slow roller to second, picked up by Myers with the underhand toss to first for out number 3. So after 3 complete, Great Britain 3, the Netherlands 2. We'll be back with more after this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start the top part of inning number 4 of the bronze medal game at the 2018 WBSC Europe Super 6 tournament. Slated to bat for Great Britain are Lauren Evans, Amy Hutchison, and Hannah Edwards. And actually, there's been a substitution for the Dutch side. Dinette Austin coming into the game to replace Wissing, the starting catcher. And Lauren Evans ready for her first or for her at bat here in the top of the fourth. She was hit by pitch, batting 0 for 1. And Wortman opens the count with a curve that missed the zone downstairs. Now the 1-0 delivery from Wortman swung on and missed by Thompson. Sorry, Evans. Laura Thompson is the center fielder who is not on the batting lineup. Batting instead of her is Steph Pierce. Now the 1-1, a good pitch outside. 1-2. And Eva Wortman ready with the 1-2 delivery. Down in the dirt, a good blocking stop by Tinette Osting, who kept the ball in front of her. 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch from Eva Wortman. And that one missed the zone. 3-2 the count now. Lauren Evans hit by pitch once, and then can't see what the other situation was. And now she swings that one out of the zone. Strike 3. So Lauren Evans goes down on strikes. Actually, yeah, Evans in the first inning, she reached on a fielder's choice. So she hit a ground to third, but Virginia Annefeld with the bad throw to second that got away. So batting now, number 55, Amy Hutchison. She's got an RBI after she was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, and she hits one at the pitcher. And hits her and gets away. So that will be ruled an infield hit for Amy Hutchison. And that will be hit number 4 for her at the tournament. Batting next will be number 64, Hannah Edwards. The pitcher, as we're having another look. And that ball got away. No play for any of the infielders there, as Hutchison is safe at first. Now Eva Wortman will be okay to continue after that ball hit her. No damage done. Hannah Edwards going 1 for 2 with an RBI. And the first pitch missed the zone. And Edwards fouled to third in the top of second. Now swing and a miss. She singled up the middle in the top of first to score the first run for Great Britain. And now the 1-1 gets a piece of the zone for a caught strike 2. 1 away. Amy Hutchison, the runner, on at first. Hannah Edwards batting. She's facing Eva Wortman, who's ready for the 1-2. A rise ball missed up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is still a very close ball game, with Great Britain leading by 1. However, the Dutch are, or the Netherlands, they are the home team, so they always have the bottom of the inning. Now that's popped up, and that will fall into the stands. A lot of people with their hands up trying to catch it, but it just fell. But you can see everybody's smiling, so nobody got injured, and no beer or coffee or any other beverage got spilled on that play. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hannah Edwards. And the 2-2 delivery now from Wortman. And that's hit on the ground to second. Caught by Van der Zanden, who makes the short toss to Onesha Franca, so they get the first at second. You can see that again. She caught it, and the toss, and no time to get the second out for the double. So batting now, Emily Blowers, the catcher for GB in this game. And she hits one, foul and out of play. Emily Blowers 1 for 1. She walked once as well, so she now has 4 hits. Batting 4 for 15 with 3 runs batted in. She exploded yesterday, getting 3 hits out of 4 at bats, bringing in a couple of runs. Now the count on her 0-1 with 2 away. That pitch in the dirt. Good blocking stop. Hannah Edwards took a long lead, so she had to slide back into first head first. She was there on time, or in time rather. Now 1 ball and 1 strike on Emily Blowers, as we're looking at the previous play. Throw from Austin and a good slide into first. Now the 1-1 to Blowers. Good rise ball hit in the netting behind home plate. There's number 24, Emily Blowers. She played the first 4 games of the tournament in the outfield, and she caught the game yesterday against Russia, and now she's the catcher as well. And that pitch sitting on the outside corner, it will get the call from Frank Lautier as Emily Blowers goes down looking, and we'll be going to the bottom of the 4th inning with Dinette Osting, Cindy van der Zanden, and Onesha Franca slated to bat. The Dutch side in front of their dugout, talking it out. And we'll be back after a short break. And we're back online. We're looking at Hannah Edwards, whose uniform is now dirty after she had to slide head first into first base on the pickoff attempt by this woman, Dinette Osting. She came in to replace the starting catcher, Laura Wissing. Dinette Osting, good numbers for the tournament. Batting average of .583. And Edwards with the first pitch to Osting, and fly ball to left field, caught in flight by Aubrey Peterson. Another look at the swing. Fly ball to Peterson for the out. Next up, Cindy van der Zanden. And Edwards with the pitch. That one sitting inside for a called strike 1. Cindy van der Zanden batting 375. That is 3 for 8. Now the 0-1 from Edwards down in the dirt. A good scoop by Emily Blowers. Now the count 1-1 with 1 away, no runners on. And Hannah Edwards with the pitch. And that's hit on the ground, and that will get through down the line to left field. A single for Cindy van der Zunden, a sharp grounder that got past Chloe Wigington for the base hit. Next up, number 7, Onesha Franca, the shortstop, batting left-handed. Before the game, she was 2 for 8. Today she's 0 for 1. So 2 for 9. And she files that one away. Franca, she's still a junior player. She played at the Junior Women's European Championship earlier this year in Staranzano, Italy, I think it was. And Franca struck out looking in the bottom of second. Her second at bat of the game. A batting average of .222. That is 2 for 9. The runner's going as the ball is hit on the ground to short. And the throw to Lauren Evans in time for out number 2. Cindy van der Zunden advanced to second on the play. She took off with the pitch, so there was no play for Sydney Brown on at second base. No way for them to get the forced out. Good throw from Sydney Brown. And now Edwards ready to deal the first pitch of the at-bat. And that one missed upstairs. And we're already back to the top of the batting order with Chantal Versluys. She's batting 1 for 2 in this game. She scored a run and stole a base. A batting average of .333 for the tournament. Now the 1-0 delivery missed downstairs. 2-0. And Edwards ready with the 2-0 offering. That one sitting inside for a called strike 1. Looking at what's going on the baseball field. The Netherlands are playing against Spain. Now the 2-1 pitch from Edwards, fouled on the ground. The baseball game is in the top of the 7th inning with the Dutch trailing to Spain by 1 run. This is the game that got started last night. It started late and then it had to be suspended due to heavy rain. So they'll be finishing this game. And then there's one more scheduled after that. Now that's hit softly on the ground to third, picked up, and the throw to first in time. The call by Sabrina Fabrizi. So after 4 complete, the team Great Britain 3, the Netherlands 2, as we're looking at the previous play, a very close play. The call was she's out by Sabrina Fabrizi. We'll be back with more after this.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Welcome back to Hoofddorp, ladies and gentlemen, for the top part of the 5th inning. Scheduled to bat for Great Britain are Chloe Wigington, Stephanie Pierce, and Aubrey Peterson. And Eva Wortman ready with the first pitch. And that one's sitting on the outside corner for a called strike one. Chloe Wigington still hitless for the tournament. She's batting 0 for 2 today. Another pitch outside. 1-1, the count now. Now the 1-1 delivery from Eva Wortman. Hit up in the air and foul. So 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes on Chloe Wigington. And a great rise ball from Eva Wortman, swung on and missed by Wigington as she goes down on strikes. Next up with 1 down, it's Stephanie Pierce. She's the designated player for the game, batting 1 for 2. She struck out once and had a hit into right field, and now she sends one up in the air into shallow right field. Under it comes Brenda Bears to make the catch. 2 away. Next up, Aubrey Peterson. Peterson 0 for nothing as she walked once and had a sac bunt, I believe. This is Stephanie Pierce, who spent 4 years playing college ball in the U.S., and now she has spent 4 years playing ball in Holland. Now bunt attempt by Aubrey Peterson. She hits it foul. Now 0-1 on Aubrey Peterson. And the pitch in the zone for a called strike 2. And they go way outside with that rise ball. Good speed on that pitch. 1-2 on Aubrey Peterson, with 2 away. And Eva Wortman with the pitch. And I will get away from the catcher. And I think it hit the umpire, Frank Lautier, as he's shaking it off a bit. So 2-2 the count on Aubrey Peterson with 2 away. No runners on here in the top part of the 5th inning. And that one's hit up in the air, and it will end up foul. 2-2. Now the 2-2 delivery. That missed downstairs, so the count now 3-2. Full count on Aubrey Peterson, who's batting in the number 9 hole for Great Britain. 2 away. And Eva Wortman with the pitch. And that's hit the other way. And what a diving catch by the left fielder. This is highlight reel material, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible catch by Wies Lichtvoet. I'm sure you're going to be seeing that one again a couple of times. What a play to end the top part of the 5th inning. We'll be going to the bottom of 5th with Jessie van Aalst, Eva Wortman, and Virginia Anneveld. But let's have a look at that. Well hit by Peterson, but it was clear that it was going to be foul all the way, and now the diving catch in front of the fence. What a play. Great job in the outfield by Wies Lichtvoet. Lichtvoet was with the junior women's team in 2014 in Rosemalen in the Junior Women's European Championship. The teammates on that team were Andringa, Beers, Van Dalen, and Wissing, all of whom are on the national team now. So, Jessie van Aalst will be ready for her at-bat with Wortman in the on-deck circle and Anneveld in the hole. Jessie van Aalst with a fly out and a ground out. And the first pitch to her missed the zone. She grounded out to second. Fly out to center. And now she's laying off of the high rise ball from Hannah Edwards. Two and 0 the count now. And that's hit to Narissa Myers, who scoops it up after it one hops into her glove. A good reflective catch. Great reflexes on the second basewoman. Great play. That was hit pretty hard by Jessie van Aalst. Batting now, Eva Wortman, who walked twice, scored a run, and stole 2 bases. She started the game as the designated player, but she was called in to pitch. There she is, number 19, the left-handed batter, Eva Wortman. And that one missed low and away, down in the dirt. One and one. Wortman batting .429 for the tournament. And another pitch in the dirt. Balls and one strike on Eva Wortman, who's batting in the number 3 position in the lineup, and now the 2-1 to her, and that one missed outside, so 3-1 the count. This is the bronze medal game of the tournament. Great Britain are leading by 1 run. But it's still pretty much anybody's ball game. This is the bottom of the 5th inning. 3-1 the count, 1 away, no runners on. Eva Wortman batting for the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And the pitch, and that's hit the other way. And that will be easy work for Aubrey Peterson for out number 2. Next up, number 17. That will be Virginia Anneveld, who's batting 0 for 1 with an RBI. She had a sac fly. So 2 flyouts for the Dutch third basewoman. As you're looking at a replay of the previous situation, easy job there for Aubrey Peterson. And now the ball is hit on the ground to short. Sydney Brown picks it up, makes the throw to first for out number 3. So after 5 complete, Great Britain 3, the Netherlands 2. We'll be back with more fastball action after this. Welcome back to Hoofddorp, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, for the top of the 6th inning of the bronze medal game of the 2018 WBSC Europe Super 6 tournament. Frank Lottia talking to the organizers here, asking them to return the lights on. Definitely a good idea. It's getting darker. We've been playing for an hour and 50 minutes almost. This is the start of the 6th inning. Leading things off for Great Britain will be Nerissa Myers, the first batter of their lineup and probably their best batter at the tournament, batting .500. Before the game, she was going 7 for 13. Now she shows bunt, but doesn't make contact as the pitch gets the strike call. 0-2. Myers 0 for 1. She scored a run. She walked twice, one of those walks being intentional. Now the 0-2 from Eva Wortman. And again, they go up and away with the rise ball. And right next to me, there's an interview going on, probably for a radio station. Interesting. Now the 1-2 to Myers. Leadoff batter for Great Britain, representing the Louisiana Raging Cajuns of the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. The count on her 2-2. A left-handed batter and a very fast runner, Nerissa Myers. She's got great glove. I mean, she's an excellent fielder. She has shown that a couple of times. And she lays off of that pitch out of the zone. Three and 2. And the payoff from Eva Fortman. Here it comes. And swing and a miss. A great rise ball from Wortman. A rise ball out of the zone, way upstairs. And Nerissa Myers goes down swinging. Next up with one away, Sydney Brown, the shortstop. She shows bunt. Pitch up and out of the zone. Sydney Brown 0 for 2. She walked once, struck out once, and she scored 2 runs in the game as her team are leading by 1 run. And that pitch will get a piece of the zone. A great curve that went over the outside corner of the plate. Great movement on the ball. Good spin by Eva Wortman. 1-1. And the pitch to Brown. And another pitch with some lateral and vertical movement on that. fouled away. 1 and 2, and somebody has turned the lights on. They're going to take a while to get on completely. Now the 1-2 pitch to Sydney Brown. And again, they go up and away with the rise ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. Now the 2-2 pitch that's hit up in the air into shallow right field. Calling the ball is the second basewoman who makes the catch. That was Cindy van der Zanden. Next up, number 10, Lauren Evans. 0 for 2 in the game. She struck out. She was hit by pitch. Batting .278 for the tournament as we're looking at the previous play. And that's van der Zanden with the catch. And Eva Fortman with the pitch. And Evans hits it on the ground too short. Franca picks it up, and the throw to Falaus for out number 3. So we'll be going to the bottom of the 6th inning, with Great Britain still leading in this bronze medal game by 1 run. Great Britain scored 1 run in the first inning, then 2 in the second inning. And since then, they've been leading the game. Pitching for Great Britain is still Hannah Edwards, number 64. She jogs into the pitcher circle. We're looking at the ground ball hit by Lauren Evans. So slated to bat for the Kingdom of the Netherlands in the bottom of the 6th inning are Brenda Beers, Wies Lichtvaart, and Dinette Oosting. There's Brenda Beers, batting 2 for 2 today. She was caught stealing once. She's batting .556 for the tournament. That's a very good batting average. And we are ready to start the bottom part of the 6th inning. Brenda Beers, player number 21. Now she's ready to see the first pitch of her at bat. And a good rise ball by Edwards, swung on and missed by Bears. Now the 0-1 pitch coming up next from Hannah Edwards. Another rise ball, even higher this time. Laying off of it was Bears. So 1-1 the count. We're in the bottom of 6th. Great Britain are leading by 1 run. Now the drop ball missed downstairs. So 2-1 the count. And now the 2-1 delivery. And that's hit into center field. Under it comes Thompson to make the catch. Next up, number 20, Wies Lichtvaart, the left fielder who made a spectacular diving catch earlier on a fly ball into foul territory. That's Brenda Beers. Fly out to center. And now the slap hit to short, picked up by Sydney Brown. But the throw to first not in time. Great slap hitting by Wies Lichtvaart. She sent one towards the 5-6 hole to get on with 1 away. Next up, Dinette Oosting, number 15. Oosting 0 for 1 in the game. Batting 5.38 for the tournament. And the runner's going. And stolen base for number 20, Wies Lichtvoet. So she's now in scoring position on at second. 0-1 the count on Austin as she put a late swing on the pitch to give more chance to her teammate to steal. 1-1. One away. Game tying run on at second. And Edwards with the pitch. And late swing by Austin. The fly ball caught in right field by Hutchison. Runner tags and moves up 60 feet to third. Next up, number 25. That will be the second basewoman, Cindy van der Zunden, as we're going to have another look at the ball. Hit the other way. Hutchison with the catch and then just throws the ball into the infield. Stop any advancement of the runners. So now batting Cindy van der Zunden, 2 for 2 today. .444 for the tournament. And now she hits it on the ground to Edwards, who picks it up and makes the underhand toss to first for out number 3. So after 6 complete, Great Britain 3, the Netherlands 2 will be back for inning number 7 after this.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Welcome back to Hoofddorp, folks, for inning number 7 of the bronze medal game here at the 2018 WBSC Europe Super 6 tournament. The inaugural event that's bringing the best in European women's fastball and men's baseball to a single venue. Earlier in the game, we had Michael Schmidt from WBSC. He's the executive director. Joined me in the booth. He shared some knowledge with us about what's in store for WBSC in general. We also had Gaba Waget on for an interview about WBSC Europe. But now we are ready to start the top part of the 7th inning. Amy Hutchison batting, 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI. She struck out once and she was hit by pitch. I think that hit by pitch was the RBI as the bases were loaded. And Eva Wortman opens the count on her with a ball. So now the 1-0 delivery from Wortman. And that rise ball missed upstairs. 2-0 on Amy Hutchison, who's batting .250 for the tournament. Playing in right field in this game. She has also pitched a couple of games. And now the 2-0 from Wortman. A good rise ball swung on and missed by Hutchison. Put an aggressive swing on the ball with the count 2-0. So 2-1 the count now. And Eva Fortman ready to deliver. 2-1 pitch. And that pitch sitting outside. Hit foul by Hutchison. A quick look at what's going on the baseball field. The Netherlands have tied the game. Smith singled to right center for an RBI. So 7-7 in that game between the Netherlands and Spain. But back to this one, Wortman with the 2-2 pitch to Hutchison. And that's hit up in the air. And the catch will be made by the first basewoman, Jessie van Aalst, who's playing first in this game. I think she's usually a middle infielder or even an outfielder. She's wearing a face guard playing first, as she's pretty close to the batters. It was usually Maxine van Dalen playing first, but after she got hit in the head by Veronika Petskova in the previous game against the Czech Republic, she was unavailable for this one. Now Hannah Edwards with a fly ball into shallow center field, caught by Chantal Verslijs. Next up, Emily Blowers, the catcher. That's Verslijs, the center fielder. As we were having another look at fly ball. So batting now, Emily Blowers, 1 for 2 in the game. She walked and struck out. And now she hits it on the ground to second, and Van den Zanden with the throw to Van Aalst for out number 3 in the top of the 7th inning of the bronze medal game at the Super 6 tournament. We'll be going to the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's do or die now for the Kingdom of the Netherlands, who are trailing by 1 run. They need to score at least 1 to stay alive. It will be Onesha Franca, Chantal Verslijs, and Jessie van Aalst batting in the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's still Hannah Edwards pitching now for Great Britain, and it has started to rain a little again here in Hoofddorp. Nothing too dramatic though, and there's barely any wind now. This is an unusual situation, as it's been quite windy for the past few days, and now all the flags behind the center field, none of them is moving. But yeah, I can see that it's raining a bit as we're looking into the dugout for the Netherlands, who I'm sure we're hoping for a better finish at this tournament. Obviously they wanted to play the final game, but as they lost to Italy and the Czech Republic, they are now playing the bronze medal game. They're down by 1 run, and as you can see, the rain is falling on our heads. Not mine, there's a canopy above my head, and more people are flooding in to hide. And the fans with umbrellas and orcas and rain ponchos and whatnot. So Franca hits one on the ground and foul. She's the shortstop for the Dutch side, 0 for 2 today. She's batting .200 for the tournament. She struck out once and hit a ground out. Take this ball out of the game, and Hannah Edwards is going to get another ball to pitch with. Hannah Edwards, 103 pitches so far. She has faced 26 batters. Now the 0-1 to Franca, down in the dirt. Good scoop by Emily Blowers. So now the 1-1 from Edwards. Onesha Franca, the batter, and the pitch. Two balls and 1 strike. And I did say there was a canopy over my head. There's 2 actually, but in between them the rain seems to be dripping on our equipment here. It's not very safe. Probably going to have to cover it again. Let's hope that the rain will cease eventually. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Franca. Edwards with the pitch. Grounded to third, picked up, and the throw to first. That's out number 1. And we'll be going back to the top of the lineup for the Dutch side with Chantal Versluis. And Versluis 1 for 3 in the game. She stole a base. She has a fly out and a ground out going into the game. Chantal Versluis was batting 4 for 13 with 2 doubles and a triple and 1 run batted in. She has scored 4 runs at the tournament, batting .312. And Edwards with the first pitch, and wow, that's belted foul and out of play. Good swing on the ball. 0-1 on Chantal Versluis. And it's Jessie van Aalst in the on-deck circle. And Edwards with the 0-1. An off-speed drop ball misses downstairs. So the count now 1-1. Now the 1-1 delivery hit on the ground to third, bobbled a bit but picked up, and the throw to first in time for out number 2. And it's 1 out for the game for Great Britain, but they're not done yet, as Jessie van Aalst will step into the batter's box for the 4th time today. She hit 1 fly out and 2 ground outs, going 0 for 3 in this game. She's batting in the number 2 position, playing first base. She was batting 7 for 12 going into the game with 1 double and 2 triples, 2 runs batted in. And now the pitch from Hannah Edwards, and that one missed up and away. And the 1-0 pitch coming up next from Hannah Edwards. Another off-speed pitch down in the dirt, 2-0 now. This is the bottom of the 7th inning of the bronze medal game. 2 down, 2-0 the count, no runners on. Great Britain are leading by 1 run. And Hannah Edwards gets ready for the 2-0 offering to Van Aalst. And that will get the call outside, 2-1. Two away. And there's excitement in the air, especially for fans of Great Britain. Now the 2-1 delivery. That missed outside. 3-1. Hitters count now on Jessie van Aalst. It's Eva Wortman in the on-deck circle and Virginia Anneveld in the hole. And now the 3-1 offering from Hannah Edwards. She shakes one off. And now the 3-1. And that's hit up the middle for a single. So next up with 2 away and 1 runner on, it will be Eva Wortman. Good piece of hitting there by Jessie van Aalst. And the Dutch coach calls time, and she's going to talk to her players. So we'll be ready to resume play here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Great Britain are up by 1 run. 2 away, 1 runner on. The batter now will be Eva Wortman, who's 0 for 1. She scored a run, walked twice. She stole 2 bases, batting left-handed, facing Hannah Edwards. She's ready with the pitch, and they're going to steal second. No throw. They're going to focus on the batter. It seemed to me that the run may have left a tad early, but, well, she probably didn't, as that would have been foolish with this situation. So they now have the game-tying run on at second. And Edwards with the 0-1 to Wortman. A good off-speed pitch, missed downstairs as Wortman took a couple of strides towards the pitcher in what was going to be a slap hit attempt. So now the 1-1 delivery from Edwards. And time is called. So the 1-1 delivery coming up next. With 2 out. And the pitch. And that will get the call outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. A runner on at second. That being the game-tying runner in the bottom of the 7th inning. This is as exciting as it gets. Now Hannah Edwards is getting ready for the 1-2 delivery to Eva Wortman. And that's hit on the ground to third, picked up, and the throw to first in time. And Great Britain take bronze at the inaugural Super 6 tournament. No medals at this tournament for the home team. A great performance by Great Britain in this game. Especially Hannah Edwards did a pretty good job pitching. She'll pick up the win. And Great Britain are celebrating bronze medals at the 2018 WBSC Europe Super 6 tournament. Congratulations to Great Britain, well deserved. I have to say, it seems they wanted it a bit more, as I'm pretty sure the Dutch team was a bit disappointed about not making the finals, but that's part of the game. You got to deal with what you got. So now players high-fiving each other for the last time at this tournament. So the final score, Great Britain 3, the Netherlands 2. Let's have a look at Hannah Edwards' pitching stats. She pitched 7 innings, allowed 8 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. She walked 2, she struck out 1. So good fielding by Great Britain in this game as well. The losing pitcher will be Marjolein Merks, who was the starter. She allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 2 hits. She walked 3, struck out 1, 2 hit by pitch. So that's the bronze medal game, with bronze going out to Great Britain. Congratulations are in order. The Netherlands are going to finish in the number 4 position as Team GB are celebrating with their fans. A tough tournament for this team. They only had 12 players on their roster, I believe, so most of the load shared by just a couple of players. So that will be it for the bronze medal game. We will be back live with you in a couple of moments for the grand final featuring Team Italy and Team Czech Republic. This has been a presentation of Playo.tv, your partner for live broadcasting. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.